It was a cold, rainy day, the kind of weather that makes you want to stay inside with a warm blanket. But right in the middle of the wet street, a small, frightened puppy was sitting all alone. It was a heartbreaking sight to see such a tiny baby shivering in the rain. When the rescuer stopped to help, they looked around the area and realized the situation was even worse than they thought. It wasn't just one puppy. There were other puppies scattered nearby, huddled against the cold ground, trying to hide. They were cold, soaked to the bone by the falling rain. They were crying sadly and fearfully, their little voices barely loud enough to be heard over the sound of the storm. It was clear that someone had abandoned them there on purpose and simply run away. They left these innocent babies to fend for themselves when they were far too young to be alone. The puppies were confused and desperate. They were looking around everywhere for their mother, hoping she would come back to save them. They were looking for warmth, for food, and for safety, but all they found was the cold, wet pavement. The rescuer couldn't bear to see them like that. Their wet bodies were shivering uncontrollably from the cold temperature. When you looked into their eyes, you saw nothing but fear and the pain of being left behind. They didn't understand why they were alone. The rescuer approached them slowly and gently so as not to scare them. When they reached out and stroked their wet fur, the puppies didn't run away. Instead, they tried to cuddle up to the human. They were so hungry and desperate for comfort that they were actually trying to get a little milk, nuzzling against the rescuer's hands and clothes. It was a moment that showed just how vulnerable and young they really were. The rescuer picked them up gently and carefully, gathering them all together. They held them close to their chest to share some body heat. Before doing anything else, the priority was to get them dry. The rescuer dried them thoroughly with soft towels, rubbing their small bodies to get the blood flowing and to finally stop the shivering. Once they were dry and safe, they were taken straight to the vet for a checkup. The team was worried because young puppies can get sick very easily when they are left in the rain. The vet examined them one by one, checking their hearts, their lungs, and their temperatures. Thankfully, the news was amazing. Despite being left in the storm, they were all healthy. They were strong little survivors. After the vet visit, the rescuer took them to a safe place to sleep and rest. It was the first time in a while that they could truly relax. Finally, they had warmth. They had soft blankets instead of cold concrete. Finally, they had bowls of delicious food and the care they deserved. They ate until their bellies were full and then fell into a deep, peaceful sleep, piled on top of each other. They are healthy now, growing stronger and happier every single day. The sad memories of the cold rain are fading away, replaced by the comfort of a warm home. The next step for these beautiful babies is to find their forever families. We will soon be offering them for adoption to people who will cherish them. They will have safe and loving homes where they will never be abandoned again. They will receive lots of care, toys, and treats for the rest of their lives. It is wonderful to see them safe and happy after such a scary start. May God bless them and the future families who will welcome them home. If this puppy rescue touched your heart, please give this video a like.